Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Okay, today is our first class, first recorded video for BGN 372 Building Economics. We're going to learn the first chapter, which is Introduction to Economics. In this chapter, what we're going to learn is the definition of economy, basic economic concept, basic economics problem, and production possibilities curve. Just a short recorded video. Okay, hopefully you boleh dengar dan faham. And one thing about my class, okay, my recorded video, sometimes I just give a lecture, and it's not anywhere in the notes. Okay, so you have to take the notes on your own, because I'm afraid that later on perhaps akan keluar dalam your assessment that you need to have that kind of input of knowledge for you untuk keluarkan, to explain. So I really hope that you can be independent. Okay, dapat 6, boleh salin notes based on whatever I bercakap, because this thing you boleh rewind banyak kali, banyak kali play balik, so that you boleh faham lah. Okay, without further ado, let's go to the first slide. First, we look at the definition of economy. Economics is a science which studies human behavior as relationship between end and scars which have alternative uses. So apa maksudnya dekat sini? Human behaviors because of decision making and such. Mana datang ekonomi ni mesti daripada manusia sendiri kan. And decision making tu actually dibuat oleh manusia as a relationship between ends and scars. So maksudnya ends kat sini output lah, and the scars is scars ni apa? Scarcity, macam maksudnya sesuatu yang you susah nak dapat, macam kekurangan, something like that. Scarcity, scars, which have alternative uses. So normally when it is scarce, so kita akan mencari alternative, maksudnya alternative choice lah. Okay, jadi bila kekurangan, so we have to find another option, or we have to have another alternative like that. Okay, or economic is a study of how people use their limited resources to try to fulfill unlimited wants and involve alternatives or choices. So actually maksud dia lebih kurang sama saja. Ada perkataan limited resources, which is scarcity. Maksudnya kita kekurangan, limited macam tu, kekurangan resources to try to fulfill unlimited wants. However, you have so many desire, so many things that mungkin as a human being we actually experience that thing, and we have so many things that we want. Jadi but we only have a limited resources. So macam mana sebenarnya? And involve alternative. So when we have a limited resources with what unlimited wants, then we must have alternative or choices. Maksudnya kita kena cari options lain lah. Okay, jadi maksud dia sebenarnya lebih kurang saja kat sini ya. And then we have microeconomics versus macroeconomics. So basically in economy we have two types. Maksudnya ada micro and macro. Tapi we are not going into deep of this thing, and just want to explain the brief what does it mean. So microeconomics is the study of individual parts of the economy, such as public choices, business choices, personal choices. So public choices ni maksudnya decision making ataupun because bila kita kata economics, you know, tadi maksudnya ada scarcity of resources and also unlimited desire, unlimited wants. Okay, maksudnya public, maksudnya dari segi government, how government decide on this. And then business, how the firms, maksudnya company kalau how the firm decide on this. And as a personal choice, maksudnya household ataupun individual, how actually they decide on the resources study and also whatever they desire. Okay. However, in the macroeconomics, the study of economic system as a whole, such as national income, trade cycle, employment rate, inflation and general price level. Okay, so macroeconomics, kalau you nampak, microeconomics is a small bits, lebih kecil, small units. Okay, jadi dia melihat ekonomi dari segi units dia. Maksudnya units government as a unit, household as a unit, firm as a unit. However, kalau macroeconomics, they look at into as a whole, lebih besar, as a system. Jadi kalau you tengok, perhaps if you ever read any of the magazines, business magazines, ataupun actually not business magazines lah, maybe something yang related to the economy, mungkin you pernah dengar perkataan GDP, which is gross domestic product, GNP, gross national product. Okay, inflation rate, unemployment rate, general price level going up, going down, that kind of thing. So itu adalah macroeconomics. Dia tengok dari segi sudut besar. Macam if let's say GDP of Malaysia for construction is 4%, something like that. Jadi kita tahu macam gross domestic product, maksudnya berapa yang produk yang dihasilkan di Malaysia, berapa persen dia punya contribution to the economy of Malaysia compared to other industry. So that's how macroeconomics and microeconomics. So macam maksudnya kat situ beza dia. Macroeconomics lebih besar, menyeluruh. We are talking about the big thing. However, micro is we looking into small units. Units yang lebih kecil contohnya. And then basic economic concepts here. So we have scarcity, choices and opportunity costs. Okay, so kita ada 3 basic economic concept. First, we look at what does it mean. Okay, the condition in which resources available are not enough to meet all wants. Okay, tadi scarcity, maksudnya limited resources lah. Maksudnya kita tak cukup resources to cover all everybody punya needs, everybody punya desire. Contohnya, apa resources that we are talking about here. So this is, kalau you nampak labor, capital, land and entrepreneur, ini kalau dalam ekonomi kita panggil dia as a factor of production. Okay, so this is factor of production. Kenapa nama dia factor of production? To produce something, you need all this. Okay, you need labor, you need capital, you need land, you need entrepreneur. This factor of production is scarce. Okay, however, kita ada terlampau banyak wants. Semua orang ada keinginan masing-masing. Wants always exceed limited resources to satisfy society. So everybody ada masing-masing punya agenda. Government have their own agenda. You as a youth have your own agenda, kan? Undi 18 have their own agenda. I don't know. Okay, so this thing, there's so many things that we can relate with the what happened in the world currently. Sometimes politik pun boleh jadi terlibat dalam ekonomi, because of kita ada banyak desire, kita ada banyak keinginan, kita nak itu, kita nak ini. Okay, factor of production ni actually I nak explain sikit lah. Labor ini apa? The services contributed by people in the production process that involve both mental and physical effort. Okay, because of people, kita perlukan labor. Labor ni as a people in the production process yang memerlukan mental and physical effort. So for example, we talking about construction, you need construction workers, you need carpenter, you need barbender, you need bricklayer, you need those people who maybe like general worker. Okay, so you need all this labor. Okay, perhaps maybe, and also you need engineers. Okay, engineers, project managers and such. And capital. Okay, Capital is human-made resources which are used in the production process to produce other goods and services. Okay. For example, machinery, raw material, building, tools and others. Okay. Because maksudnya human made resources. Capital ni doesn't mean duit saja here. It is whatever like macam assets. Yes, your assets to build up something. Okay, jadi you need all these assets untuk perhaps the project is to build a school. So you need a building for the office. Okay, you need but this is human made you need all the tools, you need all the machineries and you need to buy raw material in order for you, macam contohnya brick, you need cement and such. So this is what we call as capital. And then the next is we have land. So land is all natural resources such as land, air, water, forest and others. So itu beza dia dengan capital sebab macam kalau katakan capital ni human made. So walaupun raw material tu doesn't mean water, itu bukan raw material. Raw material tu contohnya macam brick, macam cement. Okay, because dia dah process, is a man-made punya material Okay, however kalau land ni is more like air, water, forest and other things yang natural resources. Okay, and then we need another factor of production, number 4 is entrepreneur. Human ability and capability to combine all other factor of production ni maksudnya to combine land, labor and capital to develop production of goods and services. Okay, entrepreneur maksudnya business lah. Okay, you need to have syarikat or whatsoever, entrepreneur, someone to initiate all this stuff so that you can produce something. Macam tu Alright. The next basic economic concept is choice. So decision to choose from many alternatives that you have. Comparison of alternative, compare the cost and benefit for each alternative. Okay, so you have a few choices, you have a few alternatives, because basically when we are making a decision here, we need to have this choices. Okay, because kita tak nak hanya satu pilihan. Okay, sama juga, I'm not sure whether dulu maybe perhaps you ada buat any of you maybe involved in practical training about cari quotation and such, cari supplier and such. You takkan ambil pada satu company je unless that company memang dah deal with your company. Is a different thing lah. But you will ask from different company to give you quotations, at least 3 lah, for you to deliberate which one is the best. Macam tu Jadi kita kena ada choices, kena ada alternatives, and we will have to compare these alternatives. Okay, these choices we have to compare maybe cost and benefit for each alternative. And then we have last kali opportunity cost. Okay, so opportunity cost ni, it can be defined as second best alternative that has to forgo for another choice which give more satisfaction. Okay, normally for example, contohnya your company one is a developer, so whether they need to decide whether they want to build a residential area, perhaps like for high end punya residential area lah, contohnya macam rumah yang cost more than $500,000, or perhaps they want to opt for 200,000 harga rumah. Okay, so they have two choices here. Nak yang rumah lebih mahal ataupun rumah 200,000 je, macam tu dia nak produce residential punya project. Okay, so they have these two choices. Okay, but which one is the best? Perhaps building something yang expensive, 500,000, when you calculate the cost and everything and the benefits, perhaps you will get more profit, then maybe the company will choose 500,000. But 200,000 project is not a bad choice, but it's just a second best alternative yang you terpaksa forgo, yang you terpaksa uh, apa orang kata tinggalkan. Okay, and because the 500,000 one giving you more satisfaction, maksudnya because mungkin lebih untung, the profit is much higher, the project much bigger, the prospect is bigger, so it will give a boost to your company image or something like that. So maybe you have to forgo that 200,000 residential project. I'm not talking about the whole project. Cakap 200,000 harga satu rumah. Bukan 200,000 harga seluruh project, tu sikit sangat. Alright. Okay, and then here we have a basic economic problem. What to produce? Okay, it refer to the type of goods and services to be produced. Okay. Apa jenis yang you nak try to produce? Okay. Because this is a fundamental decision of what to produce because of limited economic resource. So the first thing kita kena fikir, kita nak produce apa, sebab limited resources. So we have to decide. And then how to produce. Okay, perhaps it's referring to the cheapest method of production. Okay, whether mungkin you nak pakai 100% human power, or maybe you opt for automation macam tu. Okay, maybe kalau human power perhaps much cheaper than most of Malaysian construction company. That's why IBS kita tak berjaya because of most of the company opt for manpower. Dia lebih suka pada traditional punya construction sebab lebih murah compared to IBS, that kind of thing. So that's why bila cakap mesti refer to the cheapest method. So memang traditional method sajalah normally that orang suka. For whom to produce? Okay, so for whom to produce? Distribution of economic benefits depend on the distribution of income. So siapa yang akan benefits daripada production awak ni, macam tu lah. Okay, for whom to produce? So contohnya mungkin kepada orang-orang yang mampu untuk beli rumah 500,000. So that is the person that you are trying to produce that residential project. Okay, now we look at the production possibilities curve, or we call it as PPC. Okay, this curve used to explain the basic economic concept yang tadi kita belajar, which are scarcity, choices and opportunity costs. The definition of production possibility curve shows the various possible combinations of goods and services produced within a specified time period with all resources fully and efficiently employed. Okay, so dia tunjukkan apa kat sini? So possible combination, sebab because after this you akan tengok a few graph yang show combination macam mana bila goods and services ni produce untuk satu jangka masa within a specified time dengan resources yang ada yang fully resourced and efficiently employed. Assumption, however, there are assumptions that the economy is operating in fully employment and full production capacity, full efficiency. So not like right now lah. Sebab kita tak full employment. If you can see, our unemployment rate is very very high. All the fresh graduate students hardly get any job and being offered lower wages, macam tu masalah kita sekarang. So we are not really referring to what happened right now lah. Okay, this is when the economy is booming. Okay, ekonomi sangat bagus So it operating in full employment and full production capacity. The amount of resources available are fixed. Okay, so amount of resources ni memang ada lah maksudnya, tapi fixed. And the state of technology does not change throughout the production. So throughout the production ni, not all of a sudden you use like advanced technology and such, tak ada So sekarang ni teknologinya masih sama lah. But if you can see, this thing really applies to construction because of technology for construction bukan macam IT that develop very fast. Okay, dia barang-barang lama like tiba-tiba obsolete, that kind of thing. Because of construction, dia very slow pace moving industry so very slow. Let's look at this graph So this is production possibilities curve that I talked earlier. Okay, so contohnya dekat sini we have a country okay, a country named Jaya. Okay, Jaya ni sebuah negara that produce two products. Okay, butter and sewing machine. So butter random sangat. Okay. But never mind, this is just want to give you idea what is scarcity, what is opportunity cost and what is choice So kat sini ada dua produk, which is sewing machine and butter, and you have to remember that kita they use the full production, maksudnya using all these assumptions maksudnya resource available are fixed, economy operating full system, maksudnya full employment, semua orang bekerja, jadi semua bergerak sekali lah macam tu. And then teknologi tak berubah. Okay, from this, okay, dia produce this thing. Point A and F, okay, you nampak point A and F are the best possible combination of resources to enable full utilization and to ensure that the country is at full employment. Okay, so point A ni meaning sewing machine ni memang dekat the highest and the butter also highest. Ni 5,000 maksudnya 5 ni ribu lah. Okay, bukannya okay, 16,000 bukan 16 biji je lah, contoh saja kat sini. Okay, 5,000 butter kilogram lah. And this one adalah units 16,000 units, 2,000 units, like that. If all the factors of production are used in the production of butter only, so kalau guna untuk butter saja, Jaya company boleh produce maximum 5,000 kilogram of butter. Okay, on the other hand, kalau resources, all the resources are used for the production of sewing machine only, you tengok kat sini, this one lebih kurang 15,000 lah. So 15,000 sewing machine can be produced. Okay, kalau full production, maksudnya all the resources memang put here, labels, everything put here. So maximum dia adalah 15,000 for sewing machine. Okay, point C shows that Jaya producing 2 kilogram of butter and 12,000 units of sewing machine. Okay, kalau point D pula, okay, point D, you nampak? So point D pula shows that 3,000 kilogram of butter and 9,000 units of sewing machine being produced. Okay, so you nampak kat sini dia ada tulis dah. So next we look at point Z dekat sini. So kat sini apa maksud dia? So point Z, it demonstrate the main basic economics concept of scarcity. Okay, why? Because due to limited resources and technology. So dekat sini limited resource technology because you nampak line ni adalah production possibilities curve line ni. Okay, ni semua adalah bila dia dah luar macam ni adalah unattainable lah. Maksudnya points outside the PPC are unattainable. Maksudnya dah luar daripada dah luar daripada PPC tu dah attainable. Okay. For example, okay, kalau you tengok point Z, Jaya wants to produce 16,000 units of sewing machine and 5,000 units of butter. But due to limited resources, contohnya perhaps dia tak cukup limited labours. Okay, contohnya lah. And a limited state of technology. Mungkin automation dia kurang. So, dia memang rely on labours. This cannot be achieved. Okay, jadi when Jaya wants to exceed the output, there is a scarcity. Maksudnya limitation lah. Tak mampu, unattainable. And the second concept dekat sini adalah choices. So, any point along the PPC adalah choices. So, Jaya will have to make its choices from various possible combination of sewing machine and butter. Okay, which will maximize its satisfaction. Maksudnya kat any line ni, dia boleh pilih. Contohnya dia nak menghasilkan 15,000 sewing machine, tapi butter dia will be 0. If let's say dia pilih point B, dia nak menghasilkan 14,000 of sewing machine, the butter will only, you dapat achieve 1,000 kilogram of butter. Okay, itu contohnya. So, anything yang dekat sini adalah attainable and efficient. Maksudnya they use full factor of production, full resources digunakan semua resources yang dia ada and to produce to the maximum. Any line dekat this PPC Hopefully you understand that. And then we have the opportunity cost, the third concept Okay. Kalau the third concept ni, Jaya must forgo sewing machine if it wants an additional 1,000 kilogram of butter. So, contohnya, if you see point C and point D. If let's say, kalau katakan sekarang Jaya ada choice. Whether dia nak pakai point C ke atau point D ke, point A ke, point B ke, point E ke, point F ke. Anything between this line, along this line adalah choices for Jaya. Okay. But if let's say all this one, mungkin Jaya kata okay, whether it's point C or point D, not sure. Okay, contohnya lah, if Jaya nak tambah additional 1,000 kilogram of butter, maksudnya dia nak, kat sini beza dia 1,000 lah kat sini 2,000, kat sini 3,000. Okay, so 2,000 and 3,000. If let's say dia nak add another 1,000, dia nak increase production of butter 1,000 units. 1,000 kilogram more. So, Jaya has to forgo 3,000 units of sewing machine. Okay, why? Because of, dekat sini lah. Ini mungkin 9 ni. Okay, ini 9. So, 12 tolak 9. So, 3,000. So, Jaya akan kehilangan output 3,000 untuk sewing machine, tapi dia dapat increase 1,000 kilogram of butter. So, itu adalah opportunity cost. Okay, jadinya dia nak memuaskan hati dia because maybe dia rasa 1,000 kilogram of butter lebih satisfied dia punya needs. Okay, jadi dia forgo the other option lah, the other alternative. Okay, so dia akan kehilangan another 3,000 units of sewing machine. Tu contohnya. And then we have point Y. Okay, so point Y ni, point Y is attainable. So any point inside PPC, maksudnya di dalam PPC ni adalah attainable. Okay, dia boleh attainable. That is possible to produce butter and sewing machine of this quantity. Maksudnya dia mampu kalau dia nak produce 12K of sewing machine and 1,000 kilogram of butter. However, it is a waste of resources and inefficient due to all the productions, factor of production ni has not been reached its maximum level. Okay, maksudnya dia tak pakai all the resources yang dia ada because dia merendahkan lagi dia punya output Jadi rugilah. So contohnya here Kalau kat point A tu sewing machine dia akan produce 12k and butter only 1000 kilogram. Okay. Although sebenarnya with the full of production, dia boleh achieve up until point B perhaps mungkin boleh produce 14k of sewing machine and 1000 kilogram of butter. Okay, so tapi dia attainable, dia mampu mencapai, tapi cumanya rugi because tak guna the whole factor of production tu. I think sampai sini saja for the class today. So for the next class, I will go to demand and supply in construction economics. Yep. Okay, so thank you everyone and have a nice day.